I think that the recipe is be yourself.
That's all.
Even
that
if your
you
stuff
can
doesn't
do.
go viral.
That's all you can
Just
do.
be yourself, because you won't be mad at that.
I'm like, lock in and listen to what the people are saying. Because that does piss me off. Like, some people, it's first day on earth. They have no consideration. They don't give anybody else any space. They're looking around and they're not listening. What? If I can get back to the South, that's all I need. That became my game plan. I said, if I can get back to the South, I can be okay.
This is not a drill. This is how I feel. Pop champagne, I'ma do it for the thrill. Escape with me, saying maybe we could take off and then land on a jet ski. Baby, I hold it tight. Top chef with
Mangoes in Miami too. I mean Haiti.
Yeah.
And in Haiti, there's such thing as Haitian mangoes.
Oh yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
They're real tiny, and you just bite one in, and they got big ones too. The
ones that I give myself farmers market, I think they're from Dominica, if I'm not.
That's what
mistaken.
she said. Mm-hmm. She said your mom stifled laugh at ceviche, being your favorite meal.
I was gonna say, if you want good mangoes, Diani, farmers market consistently. Well, especially during the warm seasons. I don't know about how they are during like the winter, because mangoes aren't really flourishing. I'm talking about like my mom. Where the mangoes from farmers market, the one that we just had, was it not like Miami mango level?
It was on that level. The sweetness. Yeah, because you need to live out here.
When I buy them and I put them in my fruit bowl. Right. I'm like,
we were supposed to let that just
gone.
We were supposed to let that just slide.
But
she'll be closer to visiting me.
Yes. I'm talking about when I buy them and I put them in my fruit bowl, the house smells like mango. Like, they're downstairs in my fruit bowl. I'm upstairs in my room. I wake up in the morning, I can smell the mango, like, past my door. Yes. It's so good. You walk into the farmer's market, you smell the mango. You have to make a beeline to it. Like, they have the best every time.
It's every day?
Yeah, pretty much. I can't think of a day where I've gone in there and they didn't have any. Like, I've gone there on a day where it's like, okay, it's time for them to restock probably. But even still, the ones they had left are good. But when you go there, pretty much, it's packed out of mango. And you could tell because people swarm it. Like, I remember one time, the first time I went to go, it was me and this Jamaican man. He's grabbing them. And he's like, I always come here. I come here for the mango. And he's just eating them up. And I'm like, well, let me get my hands on them, because I'm standing next to it. It smells insane. Like, that's where the real mangoes are. But we gonna bleep out the name because, I've never been a gatekeeper, but with that place, like, I don't want nobody to know.
Oh, so they don't need to be trying to find.
Yeah, and that too. I want Darby to bleep that out because I don't want people to know about that place, because I don't want mangoes to be gone. Because honestly, unfortunately, like, people will sell stuff.
You have that type of influence, though. People be going to places. I knew you were going to do something like that. I knew you were going to do something like a downplay. Remember, you're the one who somebody came from another state to go to the place where you got oxtails.
That's what I was about to say.
I'm just saying, with that place, it's pretty close.
Yes.
And people watch your stuff and they'll go.
That's not what I'm talking about. What I was going to say is, like, I feel like now with TikTok, it almost doesn't even matter if you have a platform. If somebody posts one video about something being so good and the video just pops off, now it's sold out. Period.
You know what? I believe that wholeheartedly.
Now we have people like Keith Lee, who, even like all celebrities know Keith Lee, who he's selling out anything, anytime.
I agree.
But
so we're going to come to Shari, which is somewhere there in the middle, where you do have influence. And I have seen on your thing, people's like, getting some now, just ordered some now. And
I won't even deny.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes. I was just saying my point was more so like the way TikTok is nowadays. If something's good and somebody says it, say goodbye. Like, say goodbye. Mom, that inflatable pool that I wanted to get, that was because one woman, and she made a follow-up video. She was like, had to tell people, she's like, it's sold out now. She's like, I didn't know it was going to do good, but it popped off and it got sold.
Sometimes you just never know.
You cannot say anything. I mean, if you want access to it, like, don't. You might have to gatekeep. Like, you might have to gatekeep if you still want access to something. But
sometimes you just never know what's going to pop off for people. And I think that's why it's important if we can just for a minute talk about that. Like, I feel like sometimes when people try to go viral, like, that just doesn't work.
It's weird to me too, because I feel like that's the antithesis of virality. Like, part of virality is
antithesis.
It's like spontaneous. It's it often comes out of nowhere and people don't expect it.
Right.
So to even try to plan it feels so opposite
the
of what it even
recipe is
is.
unplanned.
Yes.
Although there are people like, oh, if you do this, it'll go viral. And don't get
And
me wrong.
there are people who have like,
there are people who are able to do that.
yeah. And there is sometimes
But
where we know like certain kinds of videos, there are certain themes that may pop off easier.
I mean,
But
even like, when I think about the podcast, one of our videos that I think pretty much went viral, it's almost 1 million, if not 1 million already. The one we were talking about dating and how me as a parent, you know, I was open to letting you date under my roof because I wanted to be able to guide you.
Mom.
That went viral to where we had to do a follow-up video just to respond to some stuff. Never did we think that that was going to go viral.
And because, Mom, every time we post a clip, I have zero expectations for it. I don't think about it in a good way, and I don't think about it in a bad way. I just think we post clips because we do a podcast and we have clips to post. And it's supposed to be the most random stuff. The video, the teeth video.
The one that just was released not too long ago.
Yeah. It was the clip talking about how like if you don't brush your teeth at night, the bacteria poops. She was said at the end of the clip, if you lick your arm, you can smell your breath. That just, I looked at it, had 65K. I said, when did this get 65K views?
Now, mind you, I had been responding, so I saw it was.
Yeah.
I mean, dentists were responding, dental hygienists were responding.
Yes,
they were saying,
I'm like, what the heck? But I wouldn't have guessed.
Actually, when we were talking about it, I said, we went in on teeth and mouth and dental health. So I don't know if anybody cares.
I said every soul is going to think it's boring that we're talking about teeth and mouth. Too. But we were so passionate about it that I didn't want to stop talking about it. I'm like, actually, I heard this about teeth. What did you hear?
Because there was so much more to tell.
There was so much more to tell. You're saying stuff. I'm like, I can't wait to hear what she's about to say about teeth. Like, but I'm not thinking anybody's going to care. And then the reel does really well. I'm like, I guess, y'all.
I guess. Never
you just don't know.
So at the end of the day,
it's like,
I think that the recipe is be yourself.
That's all.
Even if your stuff doesn't go viral,
that's all you can
just
do.
be yourself, because you won't be mad at that.
You won't. It's
you know what I'm saying?
So much of it is spontaneous anyway. Yes, there are other factors to things, whatever. But
if you want to go there, but
huge viral moment, and then also it's like I've never really understood the concept of like wanting to, if you want to just like be a creator in general. Because you know me, I've always felt like viral moments does not a creator make. Like it's more so about an audience that continues to show up over time.
Come on, relationship.
When you just have literally because it is that. When you just have like a one-off, a lot of people try to keep capitalizing on that one moment,
right? And
it's like
that runs out after a while because they feel like everything else is falling flat.
It runs out because it's not a fully realized.
It's like a high.
It's not a fully realized brand. It's not a fully realized niche. And like, yes, that can develop over time, but it's just like a one thing.
You got to take that and do something with it if you
want to, if it's something that you do want to do long term, think about that rather than viral moment. But some people just want to have like a viral moment and they just don't care. And it's like, well, cool.
Can we just talk about just people's fixation with like celebrity and popularity and just wanting to be seen? And it's not all. That was another thing that they had talked about on Beyond the Villa. It's like, it's not what you think. And it can be very overwhelming.
Yeah, it's real parasocial out here. That's the problem. That's the problem though. Like people have personalized it too much. There's this one creator, his name is Woodland. He's Haitian. You need to watch his Love Island breakdowns.
I haven't seen his Love Island breakdowns, but Woodland?
It's the best.
I think is he the one that sits down? He had a whole bunch of clips where he's just sitting in a room.
He'll say, my name is Woodland. This is such and such and such and such.
Yes.
Okay.
And he'll just call out all these random things.
Yes, he did it for Black History Month. I know that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
And then for Love Island, he does his breakdowns. What I appreciate about him, even if I don't agree with every single take, for me, that's like, it doesn't really matter because what I appreciate is, well, one, I appreciate somebody with perspective, like somebody who has a really strong perspective. It doesn't matter if we're agreeing, because we're talking about simple stuff. We're not talking about like, should this person live and should this person die? You know what I mean?
Right.
So if there's a few things we disagree on, whatever. He has such perspective, the way he breaks things down, and then he is also a wordsmith. His references, like he is so like the way he brings things from other pop culture phenomena, whatever, whether it's like a musical, a book, and he uses it to discuss what's going on. It is art to watch. It's art. But on top of it, one thing I appreciate is he takes the parasocialness out of it. I feel like he kind of has brought back the way you should interact with reality television and celebrity and Hollywood in general, which is every video, he's like, but at the end of the day, I don't even vote on the show. I'm just the press. Like, and I'm like, and that's it. That's the ticket right there.
He's just
He's
saying.
like, I'm literally just watching what they're showing us on the screen, and I don't know a single one of these people personally. I'm reporting on what I am seeing, and it starts and ends there. So if he has a positive feeling about somebody, he may be like exaggeratory and he'll make jokes and say like there was a while in the beginning, KC, he really liked KC, and he's like, you know, because my brother is just like me at the end of the day. This was the beginning when KC hadn't maybe shown us
Woodland's
everything.
name? Because I'm not finding
Wildlin.
Okay.
But yeah, he would say stuff like that where somebody could see that and say, well, that's parasocial, but it's like his tone, and like the mood.
WILD.
Yes, LIN.
Yeah.
His tone and the mood of his videos, it's very lighthearted, and it's like not even always to be taken fully seriously as like this huge stance that you have to dig your feet in the sand and say, this is what it's not dig your feet in the sand, draw a line in the sand and say, this is where I stand. But he's always like, at the end of the day, like, I'm the press. He's like, I don't even vote. I'm just the press. Like, I'm like, this is how it should be. We're just watching and we're appreciating it for what it is and what we're being shown. And that's kind of how it starts. And then you're half listening.
This is him. I know. I'm hearing everything you're saying. It's not Woodland, right?
Yeah, but people just yeah, that's him.
I kept seeing it, but I wasn't sure if that was the one because, like I said, I watched his Black History stuff, and I really didn't want to forget to follow it while you were talking about him.
Yes, he's on vacation right now though in Europe. And he said before he left, he was like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to watch Love Island. Like, I have to be able to find a VPN. And everybody's like, you're leaving at the worst possible time. Because, Mom, get this. His videos that he posts to TikTok, a short form app, are 30 minutes long, 30 minutes plus, and people are tuning in for all 30 minutes of it. To me, that's real influence.
That's real.
He went away on Europe vacation and Casa happened or whatever. I'm seeing video after video of people saying Woodland left at the wrong time. People are staring out a window talking about some like when you wake up and there's no Woodland breakdown.
We'd I bet you that's how you say his name.
Yes. Yes.
That's influence. There's several real influences.
Real influence, because as I'm watching the TVs, I'm like, not the TVs, as I'm watching the episodes, I'm like, I would love to see what he would think about this. I would love to see how he would break this down. I like to be in the mind of somebody who really understands media in this way. Yes. And that's what he gives. And it's just like, boom.
Give it to the people.
Give it to the people.
Because guess what? I mean, especially your generation, they're going to TikTok for their news, for their information. There's not really a whole lot of commentary on other stations on what's going on Love Island. I mean, where can you go?
Right. And it's like, it's TikTok is where you can go. And there are actually a few people who do breakdowns that I like. It's him. It's also this TikToker named Carson. He's from New York. He's from Queens specifically.
Is he Black?
Yes. I love, first of all, his accent is always going to do it for me. The way he talks.
Yes. Remember Carson that one guy who was always commenting on Love Island? He's from New York with curly hair. He be the one, he was like, don't come for me. Please tell me you know who I'm talking about. His name is not Carson. I think he has a baby. Sometimes he might have, you never see his baby's face, but I remember last year.
Now I really don't know.
He loved Alandria. He used to be a model.
And after
he saw Alandria, he was like, oh, I've got to get back into my New York Fashion Week shape. Carson TBH.
Let me see. Yep, that's Carson. Him, there's this other girl that does them. Every time she starts off with a book, she's like, okay, this is my breakdown of episode, da, da, da. She writes down what her thoughts were at the time. She's like, at this point, I said, oh my gosh, so and so and so and so. So blah, blah, blah. Like, she's hilarious. I forgot her name. And there's somebody else who I watch. There's a couple people who do good breakdowns. Oh my gosh, there's one more person. Oh boy. He went to New Manchester, Cameron, who he does breakdowns of, my favorite breakdowns that he does is Secret Lives of Mormon Wives breakdown. When that show is on and he does breakdowns of that.
He's hilarious.
He's so ridiculously funny.
What's up, Cameron? When Cameron was in school, I never had him as a student. I knew of him. I think his friends had me. I never knew that he was so funny.
I didn't have like, we were in 2 different grades. So
was he ahead of you or behind you?
I think he may have been ahead of me. But I had only ever just like seen him around, but his videos popped up on my For You page one day and I was like, why does he look so familiar? And I was like, oh my gosh, he went to New Manchester. And I'm like, wait, he's funny. You want to talk about gift of gab?
He
You
does.
want to talk about gift to gab? I love when somebody got the
here
gift to
he
gab.
is.
Like, hilarious,
Yeah, it's just
Mom.
called Cameron. He has
Yes.
763,000 followers. Yeah,
I just love people who know how
I
to
need
talk.
to go on and
I
follow
love
him.
people who know how to talk.
This is true because words are just powerful.
They are. Like somebody who, and especially somebody who knows how to string them together just perfectly to where you've given me art straight out of your mouth.
See, that's what you love. You love
That's
the
how I feel.
art of speaking.
Because there is an art to speaking. And when somebody just gets it like that, I'm like, please say more. Everybody be quiet. Please say more. Everybody be quiet. Like, we need to hear this person speak. Let them say it. Like, oh.
Let them say it.
And
let them say it for us.
Yes, and there are different ways because Cameron is a wordsmith, so is Woodland. Their style is completely different. So it's like, see how art comes in a bunch of different styles. Like,
and then you have Carson, who's from New York.
And you have Carson, who's from Queens, who's like, oh my gosh, I love it.
Really?
I love it. Yes.
Girl, you got me like,
These
I can't wait.
People are speaking.
I
like,
can't
we
wait
have
till we're
some
done.
voices.
I'm gonna have to go to Cameron, Carson, and Weedlin.
Yes.
Weedlin.
I wonder what his last name is. Probably something real Haitian.
Who, Weedlin?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, because when you read it, it's like Wildlin.
Yeah.
But Weedlin.
Yeah. Whenever he says it, I always hear it like the way you would say it.
Okay.
So you saying it just then, I'm like, I knew Mom was gonna say it like that.
Yeah. That is such a Haitian name.
I know. There are some Haitian names that I hear and I'm like, oh, yo, parents, like real deal Haitian mom. You know what I mean?
Like, you would never guess that my parents were Haitian with my name being Rachel. But to be honest with you, I'm the one that inserted the Rachel. It's Rachel.
Yeah.
And so I could have been, every time somebody meets me, I could say, what's your name? Rachel.
You could say that because your mom never said it that way. Your dad never said it that way.
Matter of fact, she's never called me Rachel.
Yeah. Nobody in your family has ever said it that way because that's not
my
how...
siblings.
Yeah. Right.
But I told you what happened. You know, left New York, came to Miami. What's your name? Rochelle. Michelle? Oh, it's Rochelle.
Yeah.
And then I got to the point where
they were saying Rochelle.
They were saying, I was saying Rochelle. That's like the most Americanized way to say
I know what you
thing.
mean. Yeah.
It's like your name being Louis. And you might say my name is Louis. It's still right.
Or like how people say croissant instead of croissant. Like people don't say
croissant or croissant, like, right?
Yeah.
So I say Rochelle because I don't expect them to have the accent of Rachel.
Yeah.
And so Rochelle was what I said, but then it was always this Michelle or trying to figure out what I'm saying. I was like, you know what?
And it's because it's like, and y'all can say everything else. Mind you, it's 2 syllables. Y'all can say everything else. But saying what we can hear is Michelle, but just with an R was too hard.
Let me tell you, wake that up because here's a pet peeve I have.
Go ahead.
And especially once I realized I was suppressing my own heritage by doing that.
Oh, I know what you about to say.
I don't like when people like, especially it happens in schools a lot. Either sometimes teachers will be like, just call me Miss M. Just call me. And I'm like, no,
what's your name? Let everybody say it right.
Even if you got to break it into word parts, even if they're struggling to say it. That's one of the ways I think you develop tolerance for people that are unlike you. Like you're pouring into that when you allow kids to struggle a little bit with saying your name, when you allow people like, okay, it's foreign to you, but okay.
Yes.
Because that's what this world is full of. People that are unlike us from different places. And so I fell into the whole, you can call me Miss L. You can't say Louise May.
Yeah.
But when I got to Sparkman, they were calling me Miss Louis May.
Yeah.
But for them, because they're Southern, it was Miss Louis May.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're completely chopping my name up. Where do I go from here? But I feel that way both ways. Like, take time to say the kid's name right. And here's my name.
Yes. Everybody just say their name right. Because heavy on
acceptance, tolerance, all that.
Yes. And like embrace.
Embrace.
Like, how about embrace? Is it all right if like we just embrace for a second? Because I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it makes everything richer that way. There's this girl in the dance department, like back when I was going to school at Kennesaw. And one of my favorite things about her, I think I've told you about her before, her perspective is so influenced by her Mexican ancestry. She doesn't pull it back ever. And I like that because I don't think people should ever have to like, there's this toning down that happens naturally. I don't fault anybody for it because if you're, if you're in spaces where your culture isn't everywhere, I don't think it's that ridiculous that it doesn't always come out because you're just, whatever the haps are in that area, that's what you're doing. You're doing the haps. but it's so at the forefront for her, and I love
This is
it because
somebody
I'm
from
like,
where?
that's who she is, from Kennesaw Dance Department.
Okay.
Her name is Angelita, and people were
Angelita.
calling her Angelita because that's how it's spelled. And she was like, well, actually, it's Angelita, and like that's how I'm gonna be called. Period. Everybody in the dance department says it that way, no matter what, teacher, student, whatever. And I'm like, well, yes, because that's how we should be saying her name. That's how
That's
it's
right.
pronounced. In her, she made like a dance company after Kennesaw State, and it's a contemporary dance company,
Oh.
but she will have the music of her culture in that piece. They may even do like specific dances from it. That is how she leads her life. It's at the forefront 24/7. You cannot separate Angelita from her Mexican identity. You just
Oh,
can't.
that's
And
beautiful.
I love it about her. Like that's just
That's
who she is.
good.
I went to her birthday party once and like her whole family's there. Like, so I
Is this why
almost
you were in
see
college?
this
Because I don't think
was
I've ever heard of Angelita.
I've maybe talked about her a couple times, but cause I'm like, what did I go to? Oh, when I was living at home, I went to a dance show once, and it was her dance show that she had put
Okay.
on, and a lot of my friends from college were in it or whatever.
Mhm.
But when I went to her birthday party and like just the presence of her family, I'm like, I see why she is the way she is because they are just proud. Like it's different
Mm.
being around a group of people where, yes, you can be around a lot of people where their culture influences who they are and whatever, but it's overflowing with
Right.
them
It's
all the
abundant.
time. There is no pullback. It's abundant. And I'm like, please always be like this. And
Mm.
anybody who comes after you guys, like keep this going. Cause this is so important. Like, and
Mm.
she glows because of it. Like there's like this natural light that she has because of it. And I'm like,
Mm.
you tell every single person for the rest of your life, call you Angelita. Like, don't let anybody slip. And
Wow.
I'm like, that's how it really could be. But people get so used to like people not putting in the effort. So I could understand why sometimes people pull back. I could get being exhausted and tired of correcting and saying, well, just call me like,
Ugh.
whatever. Like Beatriz on Love Island, like
She
people
said
still were
Bea.
saying it wrong. Like people
Say
were
Bea.
still, yeah.
Beatriz.
And I'm just like, period. Like go in there and say that that's how it's said. You know what I
Instead of
mean?
Beatrice.
Yes. And then even still some people were saying it that way. And I'm like, Angelita would not have it. Like she would say, no, it's Angelita. Like she would
Girl,
like
you got
correct
me
it.
wanting
I'm
to go out there
like,
and be like, it's Rachel.
and have them like practice the
Now get
sound.
that
Like
tongue.
you'd be like, let's do a little
The tongue gotta
voice
hang in the middle.
exercise. Like
Not
right.
Rachel.
Figure it
Like you
out.
said, 2 syllables.
2 syllables. I'm like,
Rachel.
come on, y'all. But no, I live for that. And I'm like, imagine if every single person did that. Imagine the range that it would give everybody else.
Yeah.
You would develop range if you just let
You're
yourself
right.
learn a little something.
Right.
But you know,
People
I
don't
digress.
I always go back to you don't know what you don't know. And sometimes I think the not
Yeah.
knowing makes people hesitant or
Yes.
uncomfortable. But like you said, the range would just be so great if everybody just lived out loud in their culture
Always.
and who they are.
And like that's what she gonna do every time.
I think that's beautiful.
Love that.
That is so inspiring. And it was so interesting. And I think I told you this. It wasn't until last summer I went to a conference. I went to a conference, and the name of this particular session was say their name or something. And
ouch.
it was a teacher from my school, the one who passed from a motorcycle accident. But he did a balloon pop thing, and you had to enunciate the names, and if you got it wrong, you had to pop your balloon. It was so cute.
And see, that's so cute too, because it's like now it can be fun. You know what I mean? Like,
but he just started talking
everybody,
about culture with the kids that they teach and the importance of it and what it means. And I found myself sitting in there getting emotional.
Mom, and I would have been crying. Like,
but we would cry, but I was crying. It was a personal thing because I realized all these years I have not suppressed, because Lord knows I don't got a problem with people know I'm Haitian. I'm proud of it.
You lead with that, actually.
I lead with that.
Yeah,
well,
you do.
Thank you. But I just the times that I didn't have people say my last name correctly, or from the time I moved to Miami and was okay with Rachel instead of Rochelle, it was like I was just having a little mourning there. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe. Like, I allowed myself to suppress my heritage like that. Because let me tell you something. Okay, let me say this. You know, a few weeks back.
Weeks back.
It was the Haitians played in FIFA in Atlanta.
Yes.
I cannot believe I missed.
Mom, I thought about that
I messed
later.
up. I messed up. But it was my anniversary. But here's what's so deep. I saw something come up on my page months ago. It was called Haiti Lakou, which means Lakou is yard.
Yeah.
Right? And it was that same night. And I just put it on there, but I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna go over on my anniversary. Jimbo may not want to do that. Like, he ain't got no problem me being Haitian, but I don't know if he's gonna want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna find out it was the same night when the Haitians played in FIFA. I'm looking, Regine.
You could have borrowed my jacket that I had that has the Haitian flag on the back.
Looking. No, we could have went. I would have brought you.
Because what am I saying? I'd be like, can I go?
Exactly.
Like, I'd be asking to go.
I see Regine.
Oh,
her dad flew in from New York. Her cousin. They have on their red and blue. You look at the stadium. All you see, like more than half the stadium, you see red and blue. You see Haitian flags. And I don't know if you've been seeing FIFA. They bring out the flags and it covers half the stadium floor.
I just know it was everything.
They're singing the Haitian national anthem. I was
literally, I'm gonna cry.
My eyes was watering. And all the Haitians were like cheering. Like, there were so many familiar things that they were all doing at the same time. And then after that, I see Jessie Wu.
Blast compa.
Yes. I see Jessie Wu on stage with the Haitian artist that sings Jessica.
Oh, she's Jessica. I love that song.
She's up there dancing. All the Haitians. That was Haiti Lakou. Lakou was after the soccer match. I saw David Trofert. I said, I missed out.
Oh, I slipped on that. Because I'm like, Mom.
Sure, you don't understand. Like, here's the thing that I don't even know if other people realize. There's many times where you have a lot of Hispanic people in one place, but it's rare to have a lot of Haitians show up and pretty much almost fill up the stadium, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I think that's where it was. And there's something about the collective struggle that we all have felt, do feel. We think about our ancestors. I get emotional.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have been there.
Yeah, because you actually said something key. There's not there's a lot of Haitians in Georgia, but there's not that many that would like fill up a stadium like all at one time.
Right. And
it's not concentrated
and then
in
gatherings
that way.
And just large gatherings of Haitians. Like that was a big deal, especially during a time where our current, the current temperature is so anti people from different countries and definitely
specifically anti-Haitian immigrant.
Anti-Haitian immigrants. Sure. Like one of the most hardest working people like you will ever know. And it's just, I would have been there to celebrate like.
Oh, I would have loved to be at that.
It's past, but
I feel like I missed out.
I just couldn't figure out.
I feel like I missed out.
But I haven't really been on social media like that. Let me damn.
You haven't been on social media like that though, Mom.
I haven't.
Like not nearly as much before. So it's like
maybe I'm not gonna be that hard on myself.
Yeah.
But every time I see my people, they talk about it, like there's just this, I don't know how to explain it, but there's this huge connection that I have.
Yeah.
Like when the earthquake happened in Haiti. I did find out that, one of my nieces, her son was stuck and they were able to get him out. He almost died. But even if I didn't know a single person in Haiti at that time, I felt the burden.
Yeah.
There's this, it's so genetic. It's like ingrained within me. Like, I'm not okay till my people are okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mom, he's so cute.
Listen,
the face you made
did not
after.
end up the way I thought it was going to start because I actually was just excited. It was just exciting to see.
No, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like Haitian Ladies Network conference.
Like part of me is like, can we go back and do a do-over? Like,
I know what
y'all
you mean.
Do it again and y'all let me know.
No, but I would want to go because when we went, I feel like that's similar to how we felt when we were at Haitian Ladies Network conference, and it was just the most fun thing. It's like, I have never in my life been around that many Haitian women all in one spot. Never, ever. And the cool thing about it was some Haitian women who live in the US. It's women who currently live in Haiti, like that, like they live there and they come there for that. So some of them are only speaking Creole, some are speaking both Creole and English. Some of them are only speak English, like
English, and some of them speaking French.
Yes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, look at us. Like, look at our like community. Like, we never been in a space like that. So it's like going to something like that. I'm like, ooh, I just know we would have been like, it would have been like,
I mean, absolutely. And it was just, I think I told you this, but I was like, it was the first time in my life that I was in a space that I felt entitled.
I know what you mean.
No, not even entitled, but privileged.
Yes.
I felt privileged. That's the word.
Because it's like every single person
literally
here.
They were connecting us, literally pulling your hand, pulling my hand to introduce us to this person. Basically, access granted.
Yes.
Constantly access to this person. Oh, did you know this person is over such and such and such? This is an actor. Remember they pulled us to the actor.
Yeah.
And this is such and such, and this is such and such. And it's like, wow, is this what it feels like?
And it's like everybody's giving each other, like everybody is connecting with each other with the intention of how can we like help? How can we get everybody up? How can we push everybody up?
Literally.
Oh, I do this. Oh, you do that. That's how we have Gina in our lives right now.
Listen, I was gonna say
the best accountant known to man.
2 major things in your life happened as a result of us going to Haitian Ladies Network.
Yes.
And let's just say this. It wasn't, they didn't pay you a dime to go.
Yeah.
You were on
I
that.
wanted to go off
you wanted to go off the strength, be on their panel. And that's why this is just a message to people who are like always trying to do things for money. I'm not saying you don't have worth, your creativity doesn't have worth or whatever, but you have to be careful of that because sometimes you miss out on opportunities.
Yeah.
Because you were focused on the money. Shari and I went there. She was on the panel. The lady approached us afterwards. We were like shopping. That's when you bought the little Haitian jacket. We were in the in the market. But, and she says, I see you guys have a team. You have your manager, which is your mom. You have.
It was after the panel that she approached me.
Right. It was after the panel, but we were.
No, we were still in the. Oh wait.
We were walking through the market.
Because I don't know why I remember talking to her in there.
I remember this as if it was yesterday. She told us she was in the panel. She said, I was just in the panel. Okay. You did such a good job. And I noticed you have a team, but your team is incomplete. You have your mom, who's your manager. You have a lawyer, but you need a finance person.
She said more. She was saying, when I was telling her how I figured out because being 1099 and having to figure out taxes, and there was something I had said about how I was divvying it up. And she was like, how you're doing it now is correct. She said, but I did want you to know when you start making past a certain amount, the percentage changes. And I feel like you should know that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm glad she told me that.
Yeah, yeah.
But we had ended up working with her. Remember, that is what made me really want to work with her. Cause I'm like, oh, hold on.
Yeah, she told you that. But her introduction was what I said, which was, you're missing. We hugged. Hey, how you doing? Da-da-da.
So that's what it is. She told me that after the panel in the room.
Oh, okay. Oh, got
She told me that in there, and I was like, "Thank you for telling me that," because at the time it didn't apply. Like I was fine. But it was like she was letting me know when you get past a certain amount, you're gonna need to do this.
So we both
and
yeah. So and then ever since then, click. When we go the day of our flight and we go to their final dinner, which we miss so many. They always have famous Haitian people in there.
Like I'm sick thinking about what we missed.
But Sandy,
sitting next to Lajoie,
Lajoie,
sitting next to
her.
Shout
out to Sandra Lajoie.
Yes,
she's like, I'm talking to her, telling her about you.
She does PR for Bravo.
She does PR for Bravo. And she's VP of what is it called? PR, not PR.
I don't know. I just remember her saying
she's VP of something for NBC.
Oh yes, I think.
I can't remember the exact title. It's probably on her page. But I'm talking to her, telling her about Shari, not even knowing all of this. And she was like, I put y'all in the right place. And Shari sat down, and then she's talking to Shari. She asked you if you ever heard of your agency. You follow them. Boom, we're at the airport. They reach out to you. And you have an agency and been with them ever since, and you love them.
Like that wouldn't have happened.
That wouldn't have happened.
But I knew I needed to go. When they reached out and you were like, Shari, do you want to do this? I said, yes.
When you told me about it, I was literally hoping this wasn't going to have to be a fight. Because you can be very particular sometimes about, Mom, I don't want to do that. Mom, no. Not because of the money part, just
Well, I was
period.
gonna say, and I'll speak to what it is. Speaking in front of people, she knows is not my fave. And when we're reading that I'm gonna have to go somewhere and be on a panel, you're automatically knowing, like, I'm sometimes the type where I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere and speak, Mom. I don't really want to speak. I don't know
But
how
I'm
to
trying
do
to tell her, like, it's
this.
so much bigger than you.
But
It's so
there, we
much
didn't even have to have
bigger.
that conversation because when I
Yeah.
read Haitian Ladies Network, I was like, oh, I'm doing that. Like, I'm like,
Yeah,
I gotta do
I will say
that
this, you did not hesitate. Because I remember
at
you told
all.
me while I was at work, and I was like, I literally got up out of my
I thought we did it
seat.
at home. I remember being in your room. You were laying, sitting on your bed.
You know what? I think I'm breaking up what happened at work was continuing conversations because we had to,
Possibly.
I put it this way, I remember being on the phone with them
Yeah.
trying to negotiate flights and stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that part
Because
could
they
have been
took care of my
afterwards.
flight and hotel.
But I could
And
have
then you
sworn I
bought
was
your
on the
flights.
phone with you when you told me about it because I don't
I remember
seeing
being
this.
in person and like showing you the email. You were sitting on your bed.
We'll go with that. And so we will, but I was just happy that you agreed to it because I didn't want to have to try to convince you.
I know, but I knew it was important. As much as I don't always like to speak like in front of a crowd or whatever, blah, blah, I said, but this crowd is an important crowd.
And a crowd it was.
Yes.
Remember you met that girl who's like your age from Miami?
Yes.
Y'all
Alexa.
still like...
I talked to her not too long ago because I had texted her on accident. I meant to text somebody else. Oh no, I accidentally called her and she called me back and I was like, oh, that was an accident. She was like, oh, okay, I was just trying to make sure. Yeah. And she was like, but how are you? I was like, I'm actually doing good. Like, how are you? But
what is she up to?
Yeah.
Where is she?
I think she's in the same place. I just remember she was a teacher. Remember?
That's right.
Yeah,
Remember, they
she's
lived
a teacher.
in Florida.
Mm-hmm. I think she might still be in Florida.
Wow.
But
So
yeah, she was real cool. I think she
that was a great time. And then remember we did the Haitian dancing?
That was so much
Saturday night?
fun, Mom. Like, I look back and I'm like, that was the most fun. That just was the most fun.
You know what it
thing.
is, and this is what I do appreciate about my culture, and there are others, but I feel like our ancestry goes back to Africa, but I feel like there's not a whole lot of disruption of that. Like a lot of the practices,
yes,
a lot of the
yes,
cultural experiences, like we're not far removed from it.
Yeah.
And so,
because that dance class was like a lot of African dance classes I've taken.
Yes.
And I'm like, and that lady was straight from Haiti. She was only speaking in Creole. And she was basically like, if you don't speak Creole, like, I'm sorry, but that's the language I speak. So that's
once again,
the whole class.
Not making any adjustments, any concessions.
She was like, this class will be in Creole.
Right. And
period.
but you were like, okay, let's do it.
I was rocking with it.
If I needed to tell you, but she was really just showing
She was just demonstrating.
It was just one of those things. Like when we left, I'm like, wow, all the women in our family have to experience this. We got to go back. It's the first weekend in October.
Yeah.
I literally did look for it.
Sydney, Kai, Auntie Carla, like we need
that would be great. Get a babysitter.
Or bring little Kaylani.
Oh,
imagine! Oh my gosh, imagine!
That would be beautiful. But yeah, that was something I'll never forget. That will go down.
Yeah.
In like
l'histoire.
Right. That's one of the most that's like a core memory of mine now.
Mine too. For me too. That was so much fun. And then we left, we were in the airport and we were like hearing like how we were like, I was like, Mom, look at what we missed. Cause somebody posted it on Instagram because they had like a page or something. I was like, Mom, look at what we're currently missing. It was alive.
I think it was Sandra.
Yeah, and she was on live and I'm like, Mom, look at them dancing. Look at what we're missing. It was a big party.
Wyclef Jean had been there
after
in the past.
Good brunch. Yeah.
What's his name's secretary of
Yes. The Haitian woman who's the
Jean-Pierre.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I was about to say of speech.
White House press secretary.
I'm like, it has something to do with speaking and secretary.
Jean-Pierre something. I can't remember her name. But we missed one of her sessions. I didn't realize that.
Yes.
But remember how tired we were? We completely did not go to the African American Museum.
I'm talking about exhaustion.
That's the only
thing.
There
was a reason why. Like we hadn't slept and then we got there and we were beat.
We were tired.
And you were like, sorry. I was like, Mom.
And you know what's so funny? It's one of those moments where
you feel bad too.
No, like I really want to go, but I'm also really tired. So it's like you were kind of giving me an excuse to not go, but at the same time, I was like, man,
And I couldn't
but
even
we
open my
can't.
eyes.
Yeah, you couldn't even. So I knew to just let it go.
Yeah.
But
we knew we were going to the newcomer orientation anyway.
when
So
I
we're like,
went, yeah, right. When I went, I said, this is my second time. And first time I was there for 2 weeks. I got to see it, but I was like, these are really cool
I like
place.
DC.
I really liked it. And we
Yeah.
pretty much were in that hotel
Yeah.
the whole weekend.
But we
Remember
went out for something. We went somewhere.
we went to go look for food. But we ended up eating
Yes.
inside. Remember we met Keir Gaines's wife?
Yes.
Noemi?
Yes.
And I was telling them I watched them and what have you, and we met her friends.
Yes. But yeah, I liked it there. I think also because we liked their airport. Whenever we like an airport somewhere, like you sold us. Remember how much we liked that airport? We went and got that bagel sitch. It was beautiful. They had that seating area. Like, don't let us like the airport
That was
somewhere.
actually one of the nicest.
It was such a nice airport.
There was another airport that was nice. Oh, maybe that was the same airport where first we sat with the tables. That's when you first reached out to, or Kensington first reached out to you. Then we went over to where it was like some kind of bamboo something.
Yes.
Bamboo.
It was that place.
Yes.
I like the airport. You know who also has a good airport? It's nice. Salt Lake City, Utah. The airport is huge and it's nice.
You flew through?
Yeah, it was a layover. Not a well, yeah.
When
it was
you were
layover.
going
It
to
was a
LA or
fast little
something?
when I was going to Sacramento the first time.
So let me say this, based on if we're talking about airports. I know Atlanta is the busiest airport in the world, but I do they need their terminals. Like
I was
the
gonna
seating,
say
some of these places, the seating
they got like the best seating in some of these other airports.
Yes, the
No,
flexible
we have
seating.
as far
That's
as
what we call it in education. They need more flexible seating.
Because I do like going to, I mean, when I get back to Atlanta Airport, I'm like, whew, like I'm home. Like it's everything is there. It runs so smoothly. The food places, like there's a million places to eat, whatever.
Right.
But I go to some of these other airports and the seating sitch is so great.
The seating sitch is great. And
just charger everywhere.
Don't sleep on this though. Remember that? Like it was DC. They had pastrami.
That's Mom. That's what I was saying. The bagel that we got.
The bagel with the pastrami.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't. I don't see that in the South. I don't see a whole lot of pastrami.
Oh yeah, pastrami, and you know what?
Pastrami,
we love pastrami. So
yeah, like
we see pastrami Sims, and we're like, thank you.
But I grew up like eating pastrami, eating beef salami, eating.
You know what? It does feel like pastrami is more prominent
in the North.
Yeah,
because they had it there like it was nothing in addition to other stuff.
Yes.
And I'm like,
everywhere we go northern, it just seems like it's so prevalent. Like
so Atlanta has the popular restaurants that, you know, people in Atlanta like.
Yeah.
But
Atlanta's so solid. Like you get there and it's like, I know everything's going to go right. Y'all gonna be like yelling, but it's about to run smooth.
Y'all about to disrespect me this whole way through.
It's organized. Like that one girl who caught an attitude with us, like so badly. Mind you, the signs we were reading were actually, we were confused because it was like,
you talking about
wherever
we needed to go through security?
This isn't, I can't remember which trip this was, but it was one trip where we were trying to find the security line and she was like getting mad at us. Mind you, we didn't even hear her. Like she was getting mad at us as if we were ignoring her.
That's what I mean, at the security line. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were talking about on that trip, but no. And she was like, no. Like she was like getting buck at us. And we were like,
too much.
We didn't even see you because we are at an airport where a bunch of people are walking in front of us. So we're not ignoring you. We just didn't hear. And the signs are pointing two different ways. So we're trying to figure it out.
Some people just don't know how to talk to people.
Yeah, and I'm like,
and you don't need this job.
There's often, because I was going to say, they deal with a lot. So I know there's frustrating sometimes, but that was in a different, I've never experienced where it was like, you would have thought that she was ready to get into like a full-blown back and forth confrontation.
Right.
A lot of them tend to sound like stressed, rightly so. They sound exasperated, rightly so. But it's never been what that was. And I was like, I'm almost like, did we do something else? Because I'm like.
And let's be honest, Atlanta Airport, it's not for the weak at heart. Like, if
you better know how to stick and move.
You got to stick and move. But I'm saying for the people that work there, like, you can't go to the busiest airport in the world and have an attitude because it's the busiest airport in the world.
I'm like
check your
be ready.
Pack your patience.
For a lot, because it is a lot.
Check your attitude. Because guess what? Just because you've said a million times, keep your laptops in your bag, keep your laptops in the bag, that don't mean I've heard it. Like I caught you in between. Because I mean, now, you know, with me going to the global entry, which means I go in through pre-check, TSA pre-check, I know in Atlanta, keep that in the bag. But what's crazy is sometimes other states, they'll be like, no, take it out.
And I don't
Because
think
they don't
that's
have
what
the equipment.
Yes, that's another thing. It's like the not taking into account, like so many people are coming from so many different airports. And
Don't take
whatever
anything
last
for
airport,
granted.
yes, whatever last airport they were in told them something different. And sometimes your mind doesn't always switch over or always remember. Also, there were times where going through Atlanta Airport before I was doing pre all the time, sometimes they say keep it in, sometimes they say take it out. I got to a point where every time
Right.
I just asked, so they never had to yell at me for that. But
I don't want to be yelled
it's
at.
not all, yeah, I'm like, there's so many things going on, so many different airports, so many different rule switches that like, so sorry that the person who wasn't here for the update of the rule switch because they don't work here didn't
Right.
know this
Didn't know
time
this. I don't want to
perfectly.
go through pre-check and feel like I'm on punishment
Yes.
at the airport.
Now, some people do come in completely bumbling around and they are not paying attention to
'Cause
their
you really-
surroundings. And I'm like, lock in and listen to what the people are saying. Because that does piss me off. Like some people, it's first day on earth. They have no consideration. They don't give anybody else any space. They're looking around and they're not listening.
One thing about you can't stand a bumbler.
Because get
especially
with
in a place like that, you're like, you're supposed to be in tune. You're supposed to be paying attention.
If you're in a place where traffic is flowing very like briskly, mind you, in one direction, and you're just kind of like bopping around, and the people are saying, "Okay, y'all walk this way," because sometimes they're very polite. Sometimes they're like, "Traffic is flowing this way. This is this way," and you have the people who are just still they're stopping. Like, if you see a bunch of traffic going one way, and you stop like a wall in front of people. So now people are bumping into you. Have some consideration for your surroundings. People are around you.
People are trying to get places.
People are trying to get places. Like, how about just lock in even a tiny bit? Even a tiny bit to where you're paying enough attention. Because I can see how that pisses them off because they see some people who like, they don't have a care in the world at the airport where they're supposed to be paying attention to where they're going.
Right.
You would think they didn't have a flight that day.
Listen, they'll be lucky you're in Atlanta. You in the wrong city. You get got. Like, be on your P's and Q's. Your head should be on a swivel.
Like, please pay attention because there are people here telling you, like,
right. That's what they're here for. But we get to the airport, we're being yelled at, we're being berated, we're being chastised. It's like, I just want an easy trip. That's why I like to go early. All these people who like to do last minute, God bless you guys, because my nerves cannot handle that.
The best place to be at the airport is at your terminal an hour before your flight leave with your food. Like, you got to the airport I almost get there sometimes 2.5, 3 hours early.
Honestly, you got an hour and a half till your flight lets off. You can do anything.
You can do anything. Some people are like, when I get there, I'm sitting and for so long. You mean exactly where you should be at that time? Like, I see nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing else for you to do.
There's nowhere for you to be.
And either play on your phone or watch a movie or something.
If you have work, you quit your laptop, you can get some work done.
Watch a movie on your iPad.
Yeah, watch a movie on your iPad. The iPad has come back. Yes. But it's like, use that time to like, you can just kind of like piddle. I feel like piddle. Who cares about having to wait at the terminal?
But the intensity of I'm running late and I'm running through the airport?
Never let me have to be at a point where I'm running through the airport. Well, I low-key was when I was trying to get back from Sacramento and we got off on our flight and we get there and they say the doors just closed and the whole plane was like, oh my gosh.
If I do, it's not of my doing.
Yeah.
It's the circumstances.
Whole plane was late. I thought I was in the Twilight Zone. We get on the plane finally. They're talking about, well, we got to get some fuel off the plane. We didn't know so many people were going to be on this plane. That's fair because a bunch of people got rebooked to that flight and that Sacramento airport is small. Well, now we're waiting because, you know, the truck that's supposed to get the fuel off has too much fuel on it right now. So they have to go dump theirs. Then they can come get ours. Okay. Some people are realizing that their connecting flight is coming too fast. They have to get off the plane. So they're deboarding. They tell the people, hey, if you got a flight, you may want to deboard because the truck is going to take a while. Then they get back on the loudspeaker. Well, actually, enough people deboarded, so the plane is light enough. So now we don't have to wait for the truck to go get the fuel. Now we're going to take off. Oh my gosh, I'm going to lose it. I get why it had to go that way because if we didn't have the delay to say, hey, we got to take fuel off the plane, the people would have never deboarded. Like there wasn't any situation in which people would have just went ahead and got off the flight. Because if we had if the plane wasn't too heavy, nobody was getting off that flight. You know what I mean? Right. But it's like, ooh, And then it puts us behind to the flight that was going to take me home. We land, I'm in the front. The minute I get off, the doors just close to the next flight. I'm never getting home. Like that was when I broke down and started crying. That was when I
Listen,
kept it together so long, Mom. That's when I like
I
leaned my
was
head up
proud
against
of
the
you
wall.
because it was what 3, 4 in the morning when I read that message.
Mom,
I said, "Oh yeah, she's in a bad way."
I thought I was never getting home.
And I could tell you were trying to keep it together. Even earlier that day when you were telling me what's going on, but you felt good. You're like, okay, I got a flight at such and such.
Because
I'll
I'm
be
like, what can
back.
I do? My flight got canceled, and then when I got to the place, delayed multiple times, and then completely canceled again. So I'm like, all I can do is rebook. Let me rebook. I was glad I didn't get in that line. I got on that app and rebooked, and I'm like, these people waiting in line are gonna miss the chance to rebook. Because now some people need to be in line because sometimes your flight details are iffy where you need an attendant. But if you don't, you better pull out that app before all the spots
So
are
you
gone.
don't think you would have been able to find a spot
If I stayed in line, had I been the first person in line, I would have. And I was one of the first people off the plane, so I probably could have did that. But I remember, I forgot what else I was trying to figure out, but I said, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go on the app because they encourage people. They said, you guys can also rebook on the app. Nobody wanted to hear that, but also it was a bunch of people who were like older, so they may not be as tech savvy. And sometimes I feel bad because it's like they
that
really may not know
age?
how to navigate. But I saw it. I said, oh, this flight about to come up in 45 minutes. I can go to the bookstore. I'm about to book this flight. Went to the bookstore. I'm feeling great.
That was the flight from Sacramento to LA.
Yes. So I'm like, at least I found a flight. But that was the flight that we got on, and it was fuller than they thought. So now the plane is too heavy, and we have to get off the fuel off. And then
Sorry.
the worst part of it, this is actually what made me break down. Not that when we landed in LAX, when we landed in LA at LAX, that the doors had closed to the flight. It was when I looked to see what they rebooked me for. And it was for a flight the next morning that was going to go to New York first and then come back and then go to Georgia. I said, I can't go all the way to New York. I cannot go after I've just finally I went from Sacramento to LAX. I'm still in the same state, but at least I'm at an airport that will take you, to where you need to go. I can't go from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast, still far from home. I have to find something different. And the flight wasn't until 10 a.m. the next morning. I said, like my chest started to feel tight. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to get home. Oh my gosh, they're about to
Started to
take me to
feel
the
my
other,
numbers,
they're about to
my
take me to the other
letters.
side of the country. Like they're taking me to the other side of the country, like tomorrow morning. No. And that's when like, I kind of had a breakdown. I kind of had to come apart, but even I'm proud of myself because I didn't even come all the way apart. I
Just
cried.
partially.
Just a partial. I remember people were walking by, but it was super late at night, so it wasn't that many. But I had my head leaned up against my arm, and my arm was on the wall, and I was just kind of like crying to myself
Oh,
silently.
but honestly, that position right there,
Yeah.
your arm was on the wall and you were like that.
Well, it wasn't as extreme as you think. It was more of like a side situation where I'm just kind of like,
Okay, I was gonna say
because
that
it
looks
could
like
look like I was just
distress.
resting. It could look like I was
When you
resting.
think about that position,
It wasn't.
The back move.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like, like it wasn't like
but
that.
still, even on the side,
It
like
was more just like
having to kind of like brace your own head.
to somebody who wasn't paying attention enough, it could look like I was just like resting on the wall for a little bit, just on the phone.
Right.
But anybody up close would see like I just had tears coming down. And I think I called you.
And sometimes the thing about your tears, you may not even have sounds and tears might be just coming out.
That is how I cry sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, you'll have an initial like sound, but then after that, it would just be like,
yeah. Afterwards, it's distress phase and it's tears pouring. Like I do cry like that. You just made me realize, and the tears are just coming. It's because I don't want to be crying. So I'm just like, okay, but the tears are coming, so I don't know. But that after I called you, I was like, let me breathe, get on the app and rebook. And that's when I found the flight to Nashville. And I said, if I can get to Nashville, I said, if I can get back to the South, that's all I need. That became my game plan. I said, if I can get back to the South, I can be okay.
What was crazy was that there were no rent-a-cars. That's when
because that's what I'm getting to next. That's why I wanted to get back to the South, because I said, if I can get back to the South, I can drive home. If I can get to Nashville, even if I can get to like South Carolina, like if I can get to if I can get anywhere close enough
to fly to the Carolinas.
Yeah, I'm like, if I can get anywhere that's bordering Georgia, like I know that I can get home because I could drive there. Because my whole thing was you can't be reliant on the planes anymore. They're not reliable anymore. So I'm like, as long as I have to rely on the planes, like I'm at their mercy, and who knows how long I'm going to be at their mercy for. And then there were no rental cars. And then there were no rental cars. There were no rental U-Hauls. I'm like, I could get the smallest U-Haul. Like there was no rental, nothing.
Not a U-Haul.
And that's when I said, that's when
you know you're desperate.
I called you and texted you and I said, Mom, you have to come pick me up. I said, I have a flight to Nashville. I can't rely on the Nashville flight to take off when it says it is. Please come get me.
Listen, I just knew that I couldn't go to work the next day.
Oh, Mom.
Really, that same day. It was
And the thing is, I knew when I got in contact with you, I said, I know Mom is going to, I knew you had me. I knew there was no way you were going to say, Shari, I can't work. Da, da, da. I said, I know, Mom. I know how your boss is. I know that she'd be like, go get your child. Like,
absolutely.
She's the first one. So I said,
absolutely.
I know that she can work this out. I knew I could depend
even
on
let me
you.
Finish the sentence.
You had Jimbo. He's in tow. He's going to drive the car. Like, I knew. I said,
yeah,
I said, they will have me.
He asked you because you called.
Yeah. He just randomly texted me. He didn't even know.
He woke up.
Yes. And he just was like, well, let me just reach out to Shari, see if she needs me to pick her up.
Why am I waking up? And that's when he said, let me reach out to Shari.
He said, I just thought, well, let me see if she needs somebody to pick her up from the airport. Mind you, I'm thinking you told him.
No, it all was happening in real time.
Yes.
Like when he first kind of woke me up, Shari's not here. Shari said, something going on her flight. I opened my phone. That's when I read that you're like, Mom, can you come get me?
Yes, because I've been keeping you updated, so you knew, but you saw,
and
she is actually telling
Mom,
me.
Can you come get me? He said, I'm going to go get her. And I was like,
you said, I'm coming. Yes. And I was like, yes.
You were so, I was proud of that, my little video that I did.
It was perfect. It was perfect.
Of us rescuing you.
Yes. And once y'all said y'all were coming, I didn't have a care in the world. All that was in my head was, all I need is for this flight from LAX to get to Nashville. That's all I need is for it to go off without a hitch. Because once I'm there, I'm home free.
Girl, Jimbo was there an hour early. We're in Sam's walking around.
Yes. I didn't feel settled until us boarding the flight. Who cares? I didn't feel settled until that plane. Even when the plane was rolling to take off, I said, I'm not going to feel settled until we are like at the full elevation.
But even then, honey, once you get to Nashville, because sometimes something will happen and that plane got a circle.
And you almost want to put your face to the window and say, no.
You would have had a fit like, wait, which way are we going? Did we just turn around?
That's when I would start feeling like this is a setup. Like someone's done something, because why is it that we could never get home?
This is what is it?
This is a conspiracy.
No, this is something that Todd set up.
This is a scheme that Todd set up. Okay. Because but once the plane got in the air, I said, like, I was so happy. And then when y'all picked me up and I got in the car with y'all, I saw that the flight that I would have been taking from Nashville to Georgia, delayed, then delayed again. I said, I would have been sick. I would have been on that flight, like, here we go again. Like, it ended up leaving way later. So
I was so glad we came to get you, because I don't know if you would have been able to, like you would have been like, this is unreal and I can't believe this is happening.
That is how I felt. And it also was my worst fears confirmed, because I have felt that way before, where I'm like, I don't want to be stuck, because that was at the beginning of the second shutdown. I didn't know at the time when I was traveling. Ooh, sorry, Chuck. At the time that I was traveling on my way there, I had no issue. It was on the way back. I didn't know that things had, basically I was finding out as I was traveling back that I'm like, oh, this is like another shutdown. Like, this is another. Yes. And I was already out of the state by the time I'm figuring out. So I'm like, if I like.
So you wouldn't have went had you.
Well.
Because that seems like that, for what you went for, it seems like.
I was going to say what I went for. I think I may have still gone, because it's Alexis is like family to me now. And it was like it felt like I was going to a family event. It wasn't just like we had to go do such and such. It's like, this is her father's birthday that he specifically invited me to. But anyway, This has been So Tell Me This.
That's my part you're saying.
Right.
Oh, you guys, when I tell y'all, never a dull moment with Miss Shari Dion.
Miss Shari.
This has been So Tell Me This Sundays. I'm Rachel.
I'm Shari, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Bye.
It's not a trip, this is how I feel. Pop champagne, I'ma do it for the thrill. Escape with me, I'm saying maybe we could take off and then land on a jet ski.